Hey everybody, it's Doug here, Doug Mystic Guy on Board Game Geek YouTube and on DougMysticGuy.com and on Facebook and all that good stuff. Bringing you episode 3, the official episode 3, I cut the last one in half because it got long, of our playthrough of Posthuman, a post-apocalyptic survival game where you're the last remaining humans trying to reach the bastion of human existence before the mutants take over. Or take you over. Anyway, we are going to get right into it. And the first thing I want to do is talk about a couple of corrections. One is, I did forget that I had to make a reroll on this. Not a big deal. It's over and done with. Going to discard that event. We still have the heat wave going on. We have not had another seasonal event replace it, so that's why our health has been lower. And I also want to correct a couple more little things. Okay, so when I added the spear to our dancer Annabelle's inventory, she got rid of the dagger, the knife that she had, which took an inventory slot where this one takes 2. So she actually only upped it 1 inventory slot, so she's still got 2 open slots left. She got 4 food, no bullets. We'll get into that later. And then also I want to talk about combat when you're fighting multiple enemies. Okay, so when you're fighting multiple enemies like these 2 urban gangers here, and you're going into ranged combat, you only get to shoot once before you engage in melee. There's only one shooting round regardless, where I had spent 2 bullets to shoot at both of them. You don't do that, just in case for reference. You get 1 attempt. You can split your shots and your shot dice amongst them, but you only get 1 shot. We're not equipped with good enough ranged weapons to actually be able to do that very effectively. So anyway, that's where we're at. So we're going to get started. The first thing we're going to do in any new turn is draw an event card. It would be nice to get the seasonal event gone. Well, and here we go. Summer Days shows this nice, beautiful coastland. While this card is in play, players gain an extra food when foraging. This card remains in play until a new seasonal event is drawn. That gets rid of our heat wave, which is important because, I'll tell you, because when we get rid of it, we get to regain the health that we lost from this. So that's helpful to both our players. As you know from the last episode, Doug was knocked out and he also gained a bunch of scars. I understand there are ways to get rid of the scars. I haven't seen how to do that yet, but we'll discover them, I hope. And then, of course, Annabelle is going back up to 4. She's in pretty good shape. Now that we've done that, we have to eat, but here's the good news, is everybody's on a safe house. She's in a safe house in this new tile where she faced some weird mutant lady. And then Doug is over here on his starting tile right there. Okay, let's get rocking and rolling on this. So we don't have to eat. That means we get to take our actions. Okay, let's see what everybody's going to do. Well, Annabelle, she's going to forage, and she feels pretty safe. She's pretty far ahead of Doug, but she does know that Doug got 3 mutant scars, potentially getting him closer to being a mutant, which is not a good thing. And hopefully we will not have that happen. But we also have his action. He is going to camp, which makes sense because he got the snot kicked out of him and he needs to rest. He's in a safe space, safe zone. So he's going to get actually a bonus to recuperating. Plus he's also got his equipment here. It says while camping uses to regain +2 morale, but he doesn't need to use that. And that's going to be where we start. So camping's going to go first. So as you can see, this is the first time we've encountered this, so let's read it. It says regain, let me see here, let's put this up here for you. Get it in focus, there we go. Regain 2 health. If you are in a safe house, you may regain an additional health or morale. You may use relevant skills and or equipment on yourself or other players if they are in the same terrain type. Well, we're not in the same terrain type. Well, we are actually now, but he doesn't need to help with that at all. What he is going to do is gain 2 health, right, from camping, and then gain another one from the bonus from being in the safe house. He's already at max food. He's only down 1 on morale. He's not too worried about that. That's where he's going to stop. And let's go on. That is his camping action right there. Boom. Annabelle's going to forage in the space she cleared. She is in a safe house as well. She's going to do that. So that flips that over, showing that it's foraged. Then we're going to take this out. We need ammo. We're not getting ammo, but we do get equipment. We get a food and a piece of equipment. So put another food out here. We'll get the equipment deck out. See what she gets. Let's hope it's something good. Boom. What does she get? A scope, huh? A gun scope. Mount permanently to a pistol, SMG, or assault rifle. Weapons gain 1 range and lose 1. No, we're not doing this. We're going to put this in our hand. So she is going to keep that in hand. I'm just going to put this next, right above her player board. That is her equipment. She's not going to put that in play on the pistol. Not worth it. But she does get another food, so she's in a good place to start traveling again, barring the fact she could really use some ammunition. That would be very nice for her. And that basically ends the round. Now, wait a second. When we foraged, I almost forgot. Got to remember these event cards. Remember we foraged, see, the matching symbol. We get a bonus food as well. So she is got some serious food action going on there. Next turn, our guy, Doug, may want to trade with her for some food, but he's got a bullet. Maybe he'll do a 1-for-1 trade with her. We'll see. Okay, let's continue on. Okay, next round, we're going to get another event card. This is not a seasonal event, so that one, the summer days will stay in place. After the heat wave we had, we just rest into a nice, easy summer. This is a safe haven event. The zone you are in counts as a safe house for this turn. This card remains in play until you draw the next event card. Okay, so we'll just put that on top of the event deck so we know it's there. That's going to be helpful for Doug because he's out of food. And then we're going to eat. We don't need to, neither of us need to eat because we're still in a safe haven regardless, and that card helps us out. So it just goes back to doing actions again. So the first thing we do is we reveal our actions. Okay, so we reveal our actions. So Doug is going to move, and Annabelle is going to scout. Now Doug would like to declare a trade action. They are both in the same type of hex space, a woodland type space, or whatever they call those in this game. I should probably pay attention and use the right terminology. Let me just look it up so I can tell you exactly what that is, because I keep calling it a woodland space, but I don't think that's what they call it in the game. Wilderness space, close enough. Alright, so they're both in a wilderness space, and he likes to propose a trade. She will accept it. They're going to do a trade of a food for a bullet, since they're both in dire straits. Doug gets a food. Well, that's his last bullet. He's going to trade for 2 food, which she will still do because she needs that last bullet. He's got no weapon, no bullets left now, but he also has 2 really good hand weapons, so it's okay. And that's going to be that before we take their actions. Now, scouting goes first, so we're going to do her scouting action, which means we're going to get to draw 3 tiles and place them where we want. There's a wilderness tile right there, an urban tile, and another wilderness tile. So I don't know where these guys were, but they were certainly not near a major metropolitan city area. So we got a couple of choices. We got 3 exits here. I'm going to move this over just a tad so we can make sure they're placed down. I believe since this one only has, this one's got to go here. Well, no, it could also go here. I think we're going to go here because it'll allow her to wrap around. See, there's 2 exits, one here and one here. And then this one, I think we'll do here. No, can't. Well, we can orient them as long as we orient them right. I'd like to do this one here. And then this one will go like so, I guess. Yeah, let me go make sure that's okay. So yeah, that's legit. We can do that. Okay, and basically that's going to end her action for this turn, because that's what you do. You draw a terrain tile for every unconnected exit. There were 3 in our space. Oh, wait a second, guys, there were only 2. I think it was this one I drew last. Right? No, it was this one I drew last. There were only 2. No, there are 3. 1, 2. Okay, we're good. So we do get 3. Okay. We get to keep that going the way it is. Alright, now that is going to end her action. Now we're going to go to Doug's move. He likes this space here, so he's going to move to here and start exploring that area. That's going to have him, he's going to require 1 encounter for that. Let's see what that is. He encounters a rat. A rat is not a rat, it's a guy. It's just a really dirty guy. He's got now, oh man, see, this was the mistake of giving up the bullet. He's got this guy's got a ranged weapon before we go into combat. So he's going to shoot at Doug first. As a note, Doug does have the stealth skill, which allows him to evade. He can actually discard this card to ignore a single level 1 or level 2 combat encounter. I think he's going to do that. And it considers the encounter, but you don't get the experience. God, I don't know. Is it worth taking a shot? We're healthy again. I think he's going to take the shot. Okay, he's going to go for it. He's not going to use that. Okay, so we are first going to roll 3 dice for him to shoot at Doug as Doug tries to close in melee with him. Could be bad, could be bad. It wasn't. Actually, it wasn't that bad anyway. He did score a hit on Doug, and a hit with him does 1 wound. So Doug will suffer 1 wound from getting shot at. He's down to 4 again. Boom. Okay. And then they are going to go into melee combat. Let's see, we need 3 dice for each of them. 1, 2, 3. You know, I've also been forgetting that Doug has a mind of 5, which allows him to reroll twice. Got to remember that. Reroll these dice twice. Not green dice, but it says red specifically. So, okay, these are the dice now. Doug also has a speed. He's also going to trade in 1 of those for 1 of these because he wants the extra defense. He's going to roll. Let's see what he can do against the human. Oh, he got a defense, but otherwise no good stuff here. He, however, has his footwork. He'll use that first to reroll this miss. See what he gets. Another miss. Okay, well, he's got his 2 rerolls from his mind. I think he'll reroll both of these. And, oh, there you go. 2 critical hits. So he got a shield and 2 critical hits. Now we're going to go for the rat. See what he gets. The rat did get 1 hit. Now remember, in melee, it's just a matter of who wins the fight, right? So he got 2 hits to 1 hit. He also, because Doug has this green die, he gets to eliminate a die. Boom, the shield, rather, gets to eliminate a die. He's going to eliminate that. So the rat actually got no hits. He not only got 2 hits, but he got 2 critical hits, meaning it did well with his active melee weapon, which is this one, the machete. He does 3 total wounds, 1 from the weapon and then 2 from the critical effects, which will kill the rat. The rat is kaput and put into his stack of experience that he's got. He's got 1 more before he can increase his stat, which is what I was trying to wait for. So he succeeded in getting past the single encounter that's there. That's going to end the round for him. Since there are no current mutants in the game, this wraps back around. We're going to then discard this safe haven card. It is now done. And draw. Anyone says this card remains in play until you draw your next event card, which is right now. Let's see what we get. Another event, weapons dealer. Oh, Doug's going to love this. Okay, a weapons dealer is passing through your area. You may exchange 3 ammo or 2 food to draw a single weapon card. Resolve this card immediately in turn order. Okay, let's see. We have a spear, so the dancer has a spear. What we really need is the ammo. I thought he could trade for ammo, but he can't. It's just for a weapon. So I don't know that Doug is going. He's going to pass. Well, he could get a better gun, but he's going to give up 2 food to do it. He's got no bullets now, so he would have to give up 2 food, leaving him with 1. He's got to clear 2 more spaces before he gets to salvage. He's not going to do it. He's not going to trade with the gun trader or weapons dealer. Now, on the other hand, our dancer could effectively trade and get some stuff pretty quickly, but she's got this urban tile next to her. Let me show you. I could go here. It's going to give her 2 draws there, which is likely to provide her with weapons, so I don't think she's going to do that either. So I think that neither of them are taking advantage of the weapon dealer that wandered into the area, where they're going to move on. Okay, that ends the event round. Now we have to eat. The dancer is in a safe haven, but Doug is not, so Doug will have to spend a food for where he's at, and then we're going to do our actions. Okay, not too surprisingly, they are both doing a move action, so let's do hers first. We do have a couple choices. I do think we can clear this one. Oh, you know what I forgot to do when Doug cleared his tile? Hold on. He got to do a little catching up there. He's catching up to Annabelle. Okay. Annabelle is going to, I think, go here and start to. She could use. She's got the spear, which is nice, but she could use a better range weapon and some ammo. Better odds of finding those there. But she does have to deal with 2 encounters. So let's see what those are. The first one is some kind of. She runs into a medic. Actually, this is not bad for her. You meet a friendly party which includes a medic. You may trade 1 food or 2 ammo to regain 1 health. Well, she only needs to regain 1 health, so I think she's going to do that actually. She'll take advantage of the medic. Doesn't give her an experience or anything, but she's going to give up a food, which will increase her back to full health. And then she's got 1 more encounter she needs to do there. So that wasn't too bad. Let's see what else she gets. She gets a pinhead. Oh, what is this weird guy? Look at him. He's got a big giant body and a teeny little head. Okay, he's only got a speed of 1. He's very slow. I'm glad she's got the bullet. She's going to need it. He's got a health of 3 and a combat of 2. Well, she's got a combat of 2 as well. She's got her spear, which is going to be helpful. This guy does do scars. He's also a breaker, meaning players who actually roll a shield are a miss, not the green dice. So we're probably going to take advantage of that. He only does 1 point of damage though, so she is going to set up to fight him. Of course, first she is going to shoot him. So she's going to use her final remaining bullet again. She's constantly not doing well with ammo. That will give her 2 dice, right? And another die for her pistol. So 3 dice because she's got a speed of, a shooting of 5. That gives her 3 total dice. Plus she's an expert. She gets 1 for her calf 9mm. And then also her companion, the hunter, is going to get to roll a die without expending an ammo. So let's roll hers first. Maybe we can just kill this thing before it even gets to her. That would be awesome. Oh, look at that. Wow. Okay, so she got... That's the equivalent of 3 hits right there. Let's see what the hunter gets. He got a 2. I think his range is only... Oh, his range is 3. Look. Booyah. So on his 1 die, he hits. So we got 4 total hits on this guy before he even gets there. And let me just double check, make sure he doesn't have any ability to stop this. He doesn't. So she just popped him. Ba-doom! Skadoosh, skadoosh. She popped that guy and completed her first challenge in that urban area. Good for her, but she's out of ammo again. Not a good thing. Okay, and then we're going to go, so that ends her move action. Now we're going to go to Doug. He's been blessed with this slightly easier area, so he's just moving right to there. Oh wait, before we move on, we do need to increase her to here. Now I do think, now I have a choice to make when next she decides to advance. I can cross over into that area, or I can stay and continue to draw level 1 encounters, or I cross the river and start drawing level 2 encounters on the way to the human city. I don't know how much worse level 2 encounters are, but again, I just still have the basic gun that we have, and I think she's probably going to stay there 1 more round, but we'll deal with that next turn. And now we get to draw his next encounter, which is going to be a primitive warrior. He runs into a primitive warrior. Now he's got no ability to shoot at this point. He does, however, have his machete that he's going to be using in this fight. So they're immediately going to run and engage in melee combat. Now here is one problem. The warrior has a strength of 3, or combat of 3, so he's actually better. What that means for him is he normally gets 3 dice. Because he's better than Doug at fighting, he gets an extra die. Okay, Doug, however, gets 3 dice. Okay, and he is going to exchange one of them for one of the defense dice, so that hopefully he cannot get hit. That would be awesome. Okay, so he's going to roll first. So let's see what he gets. 3 hits. That could be good for us. We'll see how the guy will... Hold on, there's a lot of glare on that, isn't there? Hold on. It's a little better, but my silver umbrella is pointing kind of right in that direction. Anyway, I moved it, but it still didn't go. So we got 2 hits with a critical, 1 shield, and 1 miss. Okay, so we got 3 hits here. No, I'm sorry, we only got 1 hit. He's not an expert. We only got 1 hit. So let's look at these dice here. Here's what we got. Now, we got no shields here. He does get to remove 1, so he'll just remove it. Doesn't really matter which one. Let's say he removes this one. That leaves him with 2 hits and him with only 1 hit. So even though he criticaled, he didn't hit. We hit twice. So we succeed. We win on that hit. And we did not get a question mark, but the machete does 1 wound on the primitive warrior. So there we go. That's round 1 of our melee combat. Let's go to round 2. Okay, again, 4 dice to 3. Got lucky on that one. We need 2 more hits, though, to kill him. I probably should have swapped out for the axe. The axe would have been better in this case. It does a lot of damage. But I think we're okay, because now he gets to do a reroll. I think he only gets to reroll red dice, so I don't think he can reroll this, and he does not want to roll the other 2, because those count as 2 hits and wounds. So we're going to leave it like that. There, I got even more of the glare off of that. Okay, boom. Let's see what he gets. Well, so, yeah, he's not going to hit. Here's what happens. He's got 1 hit. Well, they're going to tie. They're going to hit each other, because he does have a shield, so he's going to get to remove 1 of the question marks. Boom. So they hit each other. So this is how the end result looks. Like this. Wait, hold on. Let me get rid of these. Like this right here. This is a miss. This counts as a hit with an extra wound, and this counts as a hit. So they hit each other. That means that Doug did 2 wounds. Why did he do 2 wounds? Because he not only gets 1 wound for the machete, but he got the special, which is a hit and a wound. But then Doug, as furious as he has been, takes another injury. He's down to 3. Good news is that is his only encounter there, so he gets to take this guy. Now, here's something interesting. I think we have enough experience points to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We do. We have 6 experience points, so he's cashing in, baby. He is cashing in, and I'm going to show you what he's going to do. With 6 experience points, you can raise a stat permanently, which means he's going to take this 2, he's going to flip it to a 3. He now has a 3 melee, which will help him a lot, I think, because he's taking wounds as he melees around the countryside. And then lastly, he's going to catch up a little further with our friend Annabelle. That's going to end that round. Let's keep going. Got a couple more. Let's at least do 1 more round and clear these tiles. Sound good? Okay, let's do that. Okay, I'm really hoping this summer days last long enough for us to salvage again. Oh no, it doesn't. Winter depression. Okay, after summer. I guess we have weird weather patterns. All players lose 1 morale immediately. Discard this card after it is resolved. But it is a seasonal event, so that means that this one remains in play until you draw a seasonal event. So all the seasonal events are gone now. And that means, but we are going to each lose a morale. And so let's go to look at that. You know, I can imagine after having these beautiful summer days in the woods that that suddenly the onset of winterish conditions would bother you quite a bit. That puts Annabelle down at 4 and Doug down at 6. So we're still fine with morale. Now, neither of our players are in a place where they are safe from needing to eat. So Annabelle is spending a food. She's down to 2. Doug is spending a food. He is down to 1. But he's in a space where he's likely to get food. She is not, which I don't know. It's kind of a challenge, I think. Alrighty, let's do this thing and continue onward. We are going to pick our actions. I think you know what they're going to be. Well, I thought about it long and hard. Annabelle's, of course, going to move, but Doug has decided to camp. He's tired. He's at risk of getting severely hurt again, so he's going to camp. He's going to go first. Camp goes with a 1. Since he is not in a safe haven, that is just going to bump him up 2. That's all he gets. He doesn't get the bonus, but he does have this, his handheld game console, which he's going to use. It says use to regain 2 morale. Okay, so he's going to use it, and that's going to put him back up to 8 morale, and then he has to roll a die. If he rolls a 1 through 4, he's going to discard it. So hopefully he doesn't lose it, and he does. Boom. Okay, so the handheld game console is gone. Ran out of juice as he was using it to play games and increase his morale. Bummer for him, but that's what he did. He is in better shape. Now we're going to go to Annabelle, who's moving, and she's going to have to face 2 encounters here. She is going to stick with level 1 encounter. She's not going to cross the river this turn. Whisperer, I'm glad she chose to do this. Okay, not go on. You never know. It's going to be a mind test of 3. Mental attack. Both player and Whisperer roll a d6 plus mind. Okay, we're going to do that. Let's see what we get. Okay, come on, Annabelle, a 5. Annabelle does really well with a 5, but her mind is not that high. It's only 2, so that's a 7. The Whisperer gets... Oh, awesome. So, big difference. He got a 1 plus 3, so wait. Yes, he got a 1 plus 3, so he got a 4. She got a 7, so there's a 3 difference between them. Player wins by 1 or more, which he did. You overcome the Whisperer's attack and gain this card's experience. Well, that's it. Okay, boom. She got another experience points. I think she might have. How many does she have now? She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. She's cashing hers in. This is what I've been waiting for. I know you can cash in 3 to get 2 skills, but I think permanently increasing your stats is very valuable. She too is going to increase her melee to 3. Getting tired of being in fights. We're in fights a lot, and ammo's hard to come by, so I think that's important. That was her first of 2 encounters. So she's going to go again. And then a slammer, a big mutant dude. Now she's got no bullets, so she's going to have to fight him. I'm glad she didn't decide to increase her combat to 3, because now she's equal. And it says he also has the ability to slam after the shooting phase is over. Take a strength test. If you fail, the slammer, your red dice equal a hit for the rest of the round in melee combat. Oh, I see. The skilled symbol represents a hit. That's not terrible, but strength test means we need to roll 3 or less. Let's see if we can do that. A 1 we did, so we passed the strength test. So he does not get the slam ability. It's just a straight up fight. We're gonna have 3 for him and then 3 for her. This is Annabelle's dice right here. However, because now they're 3s each now, because remember she increased her stat. However, remember she's got a speed of 5, so she's taking 2 of these dice, and she's going to get the green ones. See if she can avoid some hits. So let's roll, see what she gets. Oh wow, she gets. Well, we're going to be okay, and I'll tell you why. She's got this. She's still got this. Oh, this is from shooting. It's only from shooting. Okay, well, you know what? I don't know why I didn't do this. He gets to shoot. We got to do this first. He might actually inflict a wound. Let's see if he can shoot the mutant first. A 1, he does. So in the shooting round, her hunter sniped him from afar. This is pretty good. Okay, now we'll do this. Okay, so she got 2 hits, and he got 2 hits. So they tied. He gets 1 wound and a scar. She has no way to reroll, does she? No, her mind is too low. Yeah, she doesn't have any way to reroll. So she's going to. They tied. They're both going to hit each other. She is. Oh wait! Got to reroll this. First off, opponent rolls 1 less in the first round of combat. So we're going to reroll. Okay, that is a much better deal for her because she will be able to win. So basically, this does count as a hit and a knockdown, but she won the fight, so that effect's not going to take place. I'm glad I realized I had this. The spear only does 1 point of damage, but it has that effect just in this first round of melee. So that is going to do another point of damage to the mutant, but that is the only chance she gets at that, so that worked out well. Okay, now, I know combat's a little convoluted. Sorry for bouncing back and forth. I hope you're following along okay. If not, let me know. Anyway, her second roll, well, was not good. She gets a shield, and a defense, and no hits. And he gets, wow, that was really bad. Really, really bad. So, he's going to, this isn't going to matter for him, but she's going to cancel his critical. That means he won, and she took a hit. So she goes from 5 to 4, but in addition to that, she gets a scar. And I'm not going to show you what it is. I'm going to keep it a secret. She gets a scar. Now, you need 5 scars to become a mutant. She's only got 1 so far. But she could get more in this fight. She's still got to do the guy in. A relatively tough fight for her. Okay, let's roll again. She gets a hit, defense, and a miss. What does the mutant get? Let's hope he gets unlucky. We could use some unluck on his part. No, actually not unlucky. Well, so here's what's going to happen. She's going to block this, and she got a hit, and he got a hit. So there's 1 each. They're going to hit each other again. He will die from that, finally. Actually, I take it back. He only had 2 hits. He died on the last one. This last bit didn't happen. I was looking at this. He only had 2 hits. So she killed him in the last round. This last bit did not occur for her, which is good because she would have taken a second scar. Okay, that though wraps up her concludes her path here on this urban space. Now she is choosing not to move. She's going to stay here another round, depending on what happens with this forage. will determine whether or not she gets to move on. So, or wants to move on to the higher level area. Could be bad. Okay, let's bust out. We're going to get to pull 2 supply cards. So in the first one, remember it's an urban area, so she gets a weapon. And let's see what that is. We'll bust out the weapon cards. Hopefully she gets something really good for her. Let's see. A tier scout. It's a rifle. I think it means that it takes 2 ammo to fire, right? Yeah, it's going to take 2 ammunition. It has a range of 3. It has 1 dice, and it gets lots of bonuses. Man, wow. Lots and lots of bonuses there. Okay, so she's going to put that again in her. I don't think she's going to equip it yet because she has no ammo anyway. And then she's going to get 1 more supply card. Let's see what she gets. Another weapon. Okay, we'll draw another weapon and see what comes out of this. Dr. Nagawashi's Cozy's pen. This is a ranged weapon, stun gun. Requires no ammo, has a range of 1, does 3 dice. Wow, this is cool actually. And if you do a question mark plus, I gotta look up what the plus symbol means. I haven't run into that one before. We'll see what that is. I'll look it up. It says roll 3 blue dice. Only 3 blue dice are rolled regardless of shooting and modifiers. On a successful hit, no damage is caused. Instead, the target rolls 1 less red die in the first combat round. Okay, well, she's definitely equipping that. That is really useful. She's going to put the gun, the big gun, in her area, in her backpack, her inventory. Remember, she can have 3 cards in her inventory. She's got 2 right now. She's equipping this, which is going to increase her inventory by 1. She's only got 1 open inventory space right now. When she does decide to equip that rifle, she'll just dump the pistol, and that'll use up all her inventory spots currently. But we'll see how things go as we continue. Okay, that was her entire encounter there. She got no food though, which is, she's still got 2 food left, so she's still okay. She can move on to a place where she can get food. She's also can salvage there, so we're going to place a token here. This place has been explored. She's doing pretty well at that. And then we're going to end the turn. That is going to be, yep, that's it for her. Now again, she chose not to move across the river, and I still think she's keeping that choice. Except next turn he'll catch up. Doug will catch up if she doesn't. I'm a little concerned about that. We'll have to see. Okay. Well, we're going to continue on. Let's continue and see what happens next. Okay, another turn, I think. Let's go. It's another seasonal event. A hurricane. Players in a safe house may camp. Others just miss their turn. No trading is allowed this turn. Mutant players may not target human players directly, and with mutant actions discard this card after it was resolved. So neither of them in a safe place. So I'm going to have to assume that they still consume food, but then don't get to do anything. So that is going to... Actually, I think they're both going to do this. Doug is feeling like he's just going to go hungry a little bit. So we're going to move his... Oh, let me show you. That's better. We moved his marker down 1, which is going to just decrease his morale by 1 instead of consuming his food. Annabelle, however, is already a 3. Yeah, I think she's okay. She'll go down 1 more in morale and not eat a food as well, so we'll put the food marker there. Now, if they don't eat again, it's going to get worse for them, so we do have to eat next turn, but that'll take care of the hurricane. So we have to hunker down and hide from the hurricane, and that was a seasonal event, so now we're going to get to draw a new event and continue on because nothing else happened that turn. And I did not like that. That kind of wiped us out. So after this weird winter storm came in, we had a hurricane, had to hunker down. And both players chose not to eat their remaining food in case things got worse for them. Post-human event: the evolved are lurking in the shadows, ordering their mutant minions. Mutant encounters count as a the expert symbol as a hit first round in melee combat. Mutant players may exchange. Okay, we don't need to worry about that. There are no mutant players. Just they're worse to fight this turn. Okay, let us continue on with actions. Oh, we got to eat now, and yes, they are both going to eat. Annabelle consumes her last food, she got 1 more food left, and Doug does consume his last food. So luckily, Doug's going to complete his tile this turn, hopefully, and get food out of it. That'd be awesome. Okay, so for actions, they're both going to reveal. Annabelle they're both moving. So we'll start with Annabelle. Now she has two choices here. She could move north, or she could have scavenged there too, but we're running out of food. I'm concerned about that. So she did not scrounge or scavenge there, whatever it is, forage. She's going to move here instead and have an encounter there. That way she can attempt to get some food out of this. So in that she's going to deal with one level 1 encounter, and that is going to be a munitions dealer. Oh, this is what she needed. You may exchange any weapon, piece of equipment, or food for 2 ammo. She's definitely doing that. She has these 2 things in her inventory still, or her backpack. She can trade away. This gun scope. I think she wants to keep these though. So she can trade a piece of equipment, and I think she is going to trade away the flare. Wait, does it say starting equipment? I don't know. She might have to trade away the MP3 player, which isn't that big a deal. I think she's going to trade away the MP3 player. We're going to discard the MP3 player. Oops, drop that card, and that is going to give her 2 ammunition, which is really helpful because she needed it. Boom. Now she does have her backup ranged weapon, her Cozy's Dr. Kawagashi Cozy's pen, which is like a stun gun. That was only 1 encounter there. That was pretty good. Does she now? The question is, does she continue to move on? Now that she's got some ammo, she still only has a. Well, does she equip her rifle now and move to the level 2 area for next turn? I'll have to decide then, but let's think about it. Okay, Doug now, on the other hand, is going to move to here, where he's going to have 2 encounters again, and he might catch up to Annabelle on this event. So we got the Doomsayer Zealot is the first one. You know that they come with a minion, right? And let's see, we're going to draw a human minion out. Gang Heavy. This guy looks bad. Now Doug, he has no bullets for his gun, so he's going to. This is his first encounter too, so he could be in some trouble. Here's his encounter. The Soothsayer, this Doomsayer Zealot gives. We've seen this one before. Accompanying minions get to reroll a single miss. That's not good. He's got a 2, so we have an advantage. So let's look at the dice now in melee. He's going to go after the Gang Heavy first to try and bring it down. So the Gang Heavy's got 3 dice. Well, we're going to roll off against both of them, but we're going to do that one first. We start with a base of 3 dice. He's got a combat of 2. Doug now has a combat of 3. That was intentional, right? So we get the extra die. He's also, remember, got a speed of 4, so he's going to take one of these dice, trade it in for one of these dice. Okay, let's roll. Boom. Wow, he got a good roll. Doug got a good roll. Let's see, he's got 2 hits, 3 hits, 2 criticals, and a block. So this guy's going to die. Let's see if he hits him back, though. That's the question of the day. Oh, that is rough. But he's going to miss, right? So we're going to eliminate one of these, giving him 2 hits, right? So we won, meaning we get to do all the hits to him. He gets to do 1 hit because of his machete, right? He didn't get any bonus hits, but that does 1, and these 2 criticals do 1 each, making it for a total of 3. So we took this guy out in that round. Boom. And now, though, we have to fight the. Now he didn't miss, so we didn't have to reroll anything. So now we're going to take our 4 dice here and our 3 dice against the Zealot. Now we have to fight the Zealot. Doug just became a better fighter, significantly. Okay, so we have a miss, which we're going to get to reroll. We have a crit and 2 hits, so we're pretty good. We are definitely going to use his footwork to reroll this 1 miss, which turns into a defense. That's good. And now we roll this. We get a critical, a question mark, and a miss. So remember, she's not an expert. So what does she get on the question mark? Counts as a hit and a wound. So that's 2 hits. But we totally obliterated this, because look what we get to do. We're going to take this critical out. This counts in as 1 hit, and we have 1, 2, 3. So we won big time, did 3 points of total damage, and he also then killed the Doomsayer. So good first round action here for Doug. He did really well. He's got 1 more to go. Boom, what's he get? A Whisperer. Well, this is not too bad for him either, because he has a very high mind. He has a mind of 5. The Whisperer has a mind of 3. So let's get out the D6s. We know that what we have to do here, we've encountered a Whisperer before. the Whisperer's gonna roll a d6 and add 3. Doug's gonna roll a d6 and add 5. Let's see what he gets. A 4, so that's a 9. The Whisperer gets a 5. That's a 5, 6, 7, 8. So he won by 1. Player won by 1. He gets to keep this card as experience points and defeats the Whisperer. Good for him. And he cleared the tile. Woohoo! Okay, so first thing that's going to happen is we'll just put a marker on there so we don't forget that that tile's been completed. Boom. Then he's going to get to draw 3 cards here, because this was a big one. So he gets to draw 3 supply cards. The first one, 2 food. He will take 2 food. Boom. There's his 2 food. The second one is 2 food. And he's really hoping for a little ammunition. That'd be nice. And then we got to shuffle this up. Let's see. So right now he just became very laden with food. That is good because he was out entirely. All right. Let's see what happens here now. I got one more to go. Boom. What do we get? We get a weapon. That's interesting. Okay. Let's get the weapon deck out. See what we get. A composite bow. Oh, okay. Here's what I like about this. We're definitely replacing this pistol. It takes no ammo to use the. It's only got a range of 1, which is the same as the pistol. It's basically got the same. The pistol's better with the question marks, but this takes no ammo, so he's always going to get a ranged shot with this. He has room in his, but this takes up 2 in his inventory. That'll completely fill his inventory right now. So he's definitely going to put this in play. He is going to get rid of that. Put that in play, which means that it's going to require just 1 more of his inventory slots to be filled. But now he's got this bow, and he's getting pretty tough here. He's feeling good about it. But that did use up another inventory slot for him. We're going to take all his food and put it back with him. That was good for him. This goes back. We are done, and he's basically the last thing that we get to do with him this turn is he is caught up to Annabelle. Annabelle is afraid to cross the river, so Doug is now caught up to her and is on the same track. Now they both have to make the choice. I think Doug's feeling a little better about it since he's got a ranged weapon that never runs out of ammo. That is nice. They may both have to just cross and get it done, because if he crosses and she doesn't, she's going to get left behind. We don't want that. And so I've been thinking long and hard about these 2 weapons with Annabelle. This Tier Scout is really a good weapon. I like it a lot. But this is not going to be good for us, this gun scope. It increases the range, but the range on this is already 3. I don't see any point. So we're probably going to find a way to get rid of that scope and make it more useful to us in a trade or something like that. Anyway, guys, that is the end of it. So we are running around the countryside. We're looking for the last remaining city of the humans. Doug has a number of scars on him. I think 3, right? 3 total scars. And Annabelle has 1, so there's some risk of becoming a mutant if they move into this area and start losing fights. We shall see. But anyway, guys, let's just continue on and enjoy the game. We'll see you next time. That's it for us. We are in the new year. It is officially 2016, and we are playing games for 2016, which is a blast. Posthuman, enjoying it. What do you think? Let me know.